Life speaks. It speaks through struggles and success, through music and messages, the preconceived and the unexpected. Whether you are in the depths of the valley or in the midst of your mountaintop experience, everyone needs to be encouraged from time to time. You've tuned in to ALH Broadcasting, and this is Andrea L. Hines, your host for When Life Speaks. I'm glad you accepted the invitation to connect with us as we share stories of strength, testimonies of triumph, observations, and information meant to touch the heart and uplift the soul. There's something in this broadcast just for you, and if it's a blessing to your life, it just may be for someone else as well. So tag, share, invite someone, then turn down the volume of life and get ready to receive, so that when life speaks, you'll speak life. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to When Life Speaks. I'm your host, Andrea L. Hines, and you are tuned in to ALH Broadcasting right here on Facebook. And I have you know what? I get ready to say I have a special guest on tonight. But this is our sister friend right here, Tralyne Usry. And we are glad that she is with us tonight. I can't even call you a guest anymore. You know, when you're at home and people say, well, you've been here 3 times, so you're family now. So you know, take away all the protocol and all that, you know. So we have Tralyne with us tonight, and we're glad that she is with us. We've had a wonderful time this year with Tralyne and following her journey and things that have been going on with her. If you don't know her or know anything about her, I'm going to allow her to kind of introduce herself tonight and tell us where she is from and tell us what she's been up to. What you been up to, Tralyne?
Everything under the sun.
I believe it.
That part. Not even resting. I need to find a way to rest.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do. My greatest adventure at this point is being in my kindergarten classroom again. Good. And I have 13 of the most exciting children ever. Exciting because, yes, that. They're active. They're active. Yes. And I want to say, I don't want to use technical terms, but I have one student that is excelling and, you know, is on level. And then I have 12 students that are getting on level. They're getting there.
They're getting there.
Okay. Yes. And they're all in their own places. So I have to differentiate a whole lot of learning all at one time. So I'm a magician. You didn't know that, did you?
No, I didn't.
Now I am juggling all these balls. Mm-hmm. I got visual learners. I got auditory learners. I got kinesthetic learners. I got them all. I got a whole hodgepodge of learners in one classroom. Yes, I do. It's amazing.
But you love your babies. You love your babies.
I am in my element when I'm in my classroom. Like, that's life for me. Like, I don't feel like I'm working. Really, it does not feel like a job. I feel like I'm at home. That's what I told somebody. Asked me how was I enjoying because I've been retired for a few years now because I'm so young. And they asked me, so how's it feel going back to work? I said, I think I might have bumped my head. That's my first response. And then the second response is, I really do feel like I'm at home. It's my wheelhouse. So you didn't want to know about that part. I've also released 3 books in the last month or so. That part, well, I'm going to release the 3rd book coming up soon, maybe this weekend. We don't know yet. Mm-hmm. And I released 2 other books last month. So I've been a little busy.
Little busy. Well, tell us about the two books that you released, that you just released.
So one is called, well, they're both called Just Be. Just Be is a children's book that goes through all of the letters of the alphabet, and it gives you a word for each of those letters. So it's helping children to focus on the ABCs, but it's also focusing on authenticity, on just being themselves and just being unique. And so an affirming book as well. So that is not only teaching letters and things like that and sounds, but it's also teaching affirmation, teaching children to just be authentic to who they are. Okay, that's that book. And then there's a companion activity and coloring book that goes with Just Be. So it also has some of the pictures from the book that the children can color, but it has some activities where they can, practice the letter A, writing it, tracing it, and just, that kind of thing. I decided, I'll tell you this tidbit on the back of the activity book. You know how you have to have that blurb about the author? It goes through all these accolades, and this author is that, and this other. My one line on Just Be is, she is a teacher, period. That sums it up. Both of these books are a teacher at work. It's the mind of a teacher. So
Wonderful.
Kids know phonics. If kids know the basics of phonics, then they can read anything. And that's where we are finding that there is a deficit in a lot of students. We just don't know their letters and their sounds. So that's what those are.
Well, I know that one of the things that we had been exploring and talking about had to do with the financial aspect of working with getting your movie to full screen. And there's something that you did recently, and we're trying to move it outside of your local area. And I think we're about to do that probably in February. We're looking to do it in February. But tell our listeners a little bit about that, and something else that you have kind of, I won't say on the back burner, I'll say in the works. Something else you got in the works. So let's talk about the ice cream.
Oh, the ice cream social
Yes.
was absolutely amazing because I did not know that so many people were going to come. Like, people surprised
Awesome.
me and came out of the woodworks. But the ice cream social, it was a way for kids to have fun, but also for them to travel. I became a travel agent.
Yes. Yes.
And because that's what I believe authors do, they cause people who read and partake of what they are giving to travel from one place to the other. And if you can read, you can travel anywhere. So I was the flight attendant for the ice cream social, and all the children that came, and there was also some adults that did it too, got a passport. And the passport they had to take to each station in the social, in the place, and they had to complete an activity that's germane to the book, something that they could find in Just Be. And once they completed their rotation, at each station their passport was stamped. And once they completed their rotation, they were able to get their passport with that final stamp, and also get what's called a swag bag. And in the swag bag, there were all kinds of goodies that they earned because they had they traveled well. So their flight attendant encouraged them, and they purchased books after that. So it was a fun thing to do.
Well,
And
it sounds like it was.
yes,
I
it
saw
really was.
some of the pictures with you dressed as a flight attendant, and I thought, I creative, very, very creative. So I was glad that
I ain't that smart. God did it. Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you too. Now, in February, are you going to do the same kind of thing? Will it depend on the age of the children, or are you moving into the turtles?
I think I have. I don't know what turtles are, but I have decided that I think that that is what I should do whenever I I'm going on a book tour. And
Mm-hmm.
whenever I take the books to different places, I think that my capacity is a flight attendant wherever I go, whatever the age is.
Okay.
Everybody takes a flight. All kids can take a flight, no matter what age they are. So I think what will change is the activities that happen and the book that happens,
Uh-huh.
because I now have 8 children's books. So I got 8 to choose from for age groups. So they will travel in their rotation and, traveling in the social wherever we go
Mm-hmm.
from place to place to place. And I have solicited uh, one company in particular,
Okay.
uh, and have made contact with the management or corporate, that's the right word, asking them about a partnership that
Okay.
could possibly be forged between us. And I will say that this particular company is a Christian based company.
Oh,
So they may be open to, not that my books are Christian based, meaning it's not going to out and out say God is real, but it's, God has created these things, and all of it is affirming, and all of it is the background of what God would say to people or say to children without flat out saying. And the scripture says, because I be trying not to preach in my children's book, I use the other books to preach, but the children's book, I just want to draw children, draw
mm-hmm.
books. So that's how we do it. They don't
That's
know
it.
they don't know they've been baited too when they're reading Sweet Jambalaya. They have no idea, but it's okay. By any means necessary. We just pull them in.
And you do a good job at it too. I tell
Thank
you
you,
that.
Elder.
I tell you
Thank
that.
you, Elder.
I did want to welcome Linda Cooks, who is here on the line tonight, and Bernice Clark, who is here. She's near your neck of the woods down there near Atlanta. And Kenya has just joined us. And good evening, Kenya. Thank you for being with us tonight. Glad to have you. And
Hey,
you
my
said,
Missy.
Trelyn, you were saying that you said you didn't know what the turtles were about. You and I had had a conversation about uh,
Remind me of my specialness.
about creativity ninja. That's what that
That's
was.
where you got turtle from.
That's where I got my turtles
You put it together. Okay. I wasn't talking about Teenage Mutants,
from.
but that'll work. Ninjas are just people who are creative and have the ability and prowess in an area. I wasn't thinking about the Teenage Mutant, but I like it. That's where the turtles came from. There we go. Appreciate
So
you for catching me up.
but not so much catching you up, but making sure that I didn't fall off somewhere along the line. So
What
I
had happened was,
that. Yeah, that's exactly right. What had happened was, but I think that I know that you have within the books that you have, and it's amazing that you have 8 now, that you are able to tailor them and craft them to whatever age audience that you have, and I think that's great. I think that's great. But and I want to put out there, because one of the reasons that we're doing this in terms of letting people know about your journey and what's going on and what's happening is to find out and figure out how we can assist in the processing of everything that's going on. And just as you were talking, I was thinking all of us have nieces, nephews, not all of us, but most of us have some kind of extended family that involves little people, that involves children. And I would like to put out there that in 2025, for those of you who interact with kids, that you suggest that the next birthday party or the next event that they have, that they really, really do something different. And how cool would it be to say that, for for my sixth birthday or seventh birthday, you know, we brought in an author who read from her book, and she was a what do I want to say, a flight attendant. And you know, there are just all kinds of things that can be built around that. And so for you all who are on the line, Kenyon and Bernice, and well, Linda's part of the February group that we're going to do and get together. And also churches that have youth ministry, kids ministry, you know, all you can do is ask, you know, and you'd be surprised, because so many times people want to get away from the structured um, Bible study book that comes along, and here's a way for them to learn and see themselves in a different light and see themselves in the world, which is where we're supposed to be getting trained to go ye therefore, you know. So just think about that, and if you know, um, or have friends, or you know of people who have children, invite them to participate with you, and see, you know, just what can happen. I believe we'll be able to do it. I don't have any little people myself, but I've got goddaughters, and that's where Tralyne will be teaching that group in February, and hopefully we'll be coming back in this area to Durham sometime relatively soon. We're going to be working on putting that together as well. So, and you've got a couple of you you have a quarterly book that you've got out there now. Tell us a little bit about that one.
So that one is Poetically Spoken Windows, and it is a journal, and it covers every quarter 3 months. And I'm going to release it actually this weekend, or possibly really soon, for January. So it's comprised of poetry or poems, and the poems are the prompt for the journal. They're the journal prompt for that month. So you'll get the poem, and then you'll have pages that, you know, kind of encourage you on what to do. And each page, or the entire journal, caters to all types of learners: auditory learners, kinesthetic learners. It's got a page to draw on, it's got a page to write on, it's got a page to speak about. So I try to cater to, I'm a teacher.
I am a teacher.
She's a teacher. So the journal is also poetic,
Mm-hmm.
and it's teacher based. I
Okay.
can't get away from it. I'm not trying to, though.
I was getting ready to say, is that something you want to do? I don't think so.
Negative Johansson. I am a teacher at heart. I'm a teacher when I'm not even trying to teach.
So tell me, Tralyne, what challenges have you faced since we were last together, which was a couple of months ago? And we had a very, very good discussion
We
that night.
did.
And time of encouragement,
Yes, we did.
and a time of inspiration too.
It was.
For those who were listening, had an opportunity to come on. So, talk to us a little bit about what happened from between then and now. If anything changed, if anything different.
It did. So, inspiration. I was inspired to contact some other people that I had not contacted before, concerning, you know, funding, because cha-ching, we just need quarters. And I found that there is a foundation for funding films in Georgia, and it is based not only on location, but also based on being a minority, being African American, and also being a woman. There are woman based and Black women based and Black women in film based grants that I have found. I have not gotten any bites yet. You heard that word yet?
Yep.
But I have solicited these places, and I'm encouraged because I actually see, the light is coming at the end of the tunnel. I also have contacted or had a conversation finally with the DP that did the trailer for the movie, the director of photography, the film company. And remember, I don't know if you remember, but I was speculating on the amount of what it
Yes.
would be, what it's got. So I've gotten a definite amount now. It's 255,000.
Okay.
So I was in the ballpark. I said 250,000, but I got an exact amount, which is 255,000. So
Okay.
it's good to have a number,
Right.
actual number, so I actually know what I'm looking at. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a speculation. So that has happened since then.
And that's a good thing. That's a
Yes,
good
ma'am.
thing. I think it's progress on the path. And we never know exactly what the timing is going to be. But uh, you know what you are putting in the atmosphere as the advanced praise for what he's going to do.
Period.
And if we can do nothing else, we can pray, and we can ask the Father, and thank the Father for what he is about to do, however he is about to do it.
Mhm, mhm.
And just tell him, to God be the glory. We are grateful, and we raise a praise for what he can do anything but fail. And if he gave you the vision, he will give you the provision for it. So
That
we're grateful tonight. We're
yes,
grateful that
very
things are moving along, that things are going to not only be well, but there's going to be some interest sparked in some other areas, and there's going to be some connection in some areas that you have not even thought of yet. I believe that. And I believe that whenever you go before whomever you go before, that there's always a possibility
Mhm,
that there will be someone there who says, you know what? I can connect you with this person, or I
mhm.
can connect you with that person. And it was, we had that happen recently, um, with Authors Up, and some of the, Bernice and Linda can attest to this. When we had a wonderful couple on with the book, we just interviewed them about their book. But when the interview was over, they said, "What can we do for you?" Which doesn't happen often, but. And the next statement they made was, is it all right if we refer someone that we think might be a good fit for your audience and all of that? And we said, of course, well, never imagining that they would refer Bob Berg to us, who is the co-writer of the book, The Go-Giver, which has sold hundreds of thousands of copies, and just it's all over everywhere. And if anybody listening or anybody who is viewing, if you have not heard of the book, if you don't know of the book, it is put it on your reading list, because I tell you, it will change your life. It will shift your thinking. And it was good to know uh, that he talked about the number of times they were rejected. And we look at the outcome and think all of the time, how could that be? How could that have happened? How-
Right.
and it happens to everybody. Everybody gets a no somewhere down the line until they get that yes.
Mhm.
So we
That's
just
it.
have to keep going and keep pressing and keep believing, above all.
That's
Keep
it.
believing.
Yes. I got a no from Ava DuVernay. That's the African American woman.
Mhm.
I you know, sent her a message and said, "Hey, let's figure out how to do this." And she gave me some instructions on how to do that. And she personally herself responded.
Mm-hmm.
It was a no, but it was a response, and it gave me some direction
Right.
what to do. So anything is possible. I'm good with a no.
Mm-hmm. Gets you closer to the yes.
And does.
And does. And
Yep.
does. Yep.
So I will tell you this also encouraged me on Sunday, and it gave me a light of how this thing can happen. This thing can happen at any given moment. I was at Dollar Tree. I'm sorry, I ain't supposed to say the name, but I was at a store. I apologize. And I was there preparing. I was getting some things for my classroom to decorate my classroom, and my basket was full. And in the midst of the person paying the cashier, tallying my total, I realized that my credit card was in the car. I was like,
Oh
you
no.
know what? And I said, ma'am, I apologize, but my credit card's in the car. Can I go and get it? And she was like, it happens all the time. Go get it. I'll ring it up. It'll be you when you get it. And the lady behind was a lady. There was, two women behind me. And I said, please don't wait on me. Aisle 2 is open. So it's okay if you go to aisle 2. And the lady was like, no, I can wait. It's no problem. I said, ma'am, I'm going to feel horrible with you waiting. So please go. And she said, no, I'm fine. I'll wait. I've done it before. I'll wait. So I came back. I went to the car, got a credit card, came back, and my basket was right there with the receipt on top. And the cashier said, you're finished. I said, huh? And she said, you're done. And the lady who was in line waiting, she was getting her things totaled. She said, Merry Christmas. I said, who? Excuse me?
Yeah.
She said, Merry Christmas. It can happen like that. And it was over. I mean, it was almost $100 worth of stuff in that basket. And she paid for it and said, Merry Christmas. And I said, oh my goodness, what do I do in this moment? And I said, I'm not crying, you crying. Of course, because I was ready to cry. And she, of course, laughed and then she said, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And I said, my students, thank you. She said, all the more reason. So in that moment, I was thinking, it could happen from anybody, but it also can happen when somebody is moved by the cause or by the impetus of the film. And the film is based on what I've seen, known, heard, understood about racism, what I experienced as a child with racism. And there's somebody whose heart that can touch, that
Right.
wants to fund and will
Mhm.
fund. So
Mhm.
I was encouraged in that moment. Okay, I'm sorry for the long story.
No, no, that's why we're here, because we always say that everybody has a story. It just depends on whether or not they want to tell it. And we need those testimonies. We need to hear those things because, and it is so awesome to me that these things happen. And I don't want to do the cliche, when you least expect it. But the reality is, as we are going along the path, whatever the
Mm-hmm.
path happens to be,
Mm-hmm.
minding our own business, not looking for anything, not
Mm-mm.
expecting anything.
Mm-mm.
And
Mm-mm.
and that's when it seems that he will just move just like that. And it's like he's saying to us, uh, I told you I'm here. I told you I'm with you. Don't
Period.
don't 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 fret over it. Don't worry about it. Don't be disturbed by what you don't see. Just know what I can do and I will do for you. And sometimes that's where we get stuck.
You're right.
We know that he can. We just don't see him moving for us. We don't see him doing it for us.
I can believe God for anybody else. I believe God to raise the dead, but pay a bill for Tralyne, that becomes a problem.
Why is that?
I really need to work on that. Why is that? I'm a little special.
But you're not the only one that's special, because you're not the only one who goes through that, who encounters that.
A lot of times it's our own mindset about ourselves. We think that God views us like we view us, and we don't recognize how God really sees us. And almost it's a space of, I'm not sure I deserve that.
Yes.
So we don't really recognize that God has freed us, set us free. We are washed by the blood. We are righteous in God's eyesight. So he's not looking at us for our sin or our mess ups or our mistakes. He sees us through the blood. And the blood says, scot free. We good.
Yeah.
That don't mean that he's naive about what you do, but he's not holding it against you.
Against you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, one thing that we wanted to do, we had difficulty doing it first time around, but we wanted to show the trailer again tonight, so that it would be in the forefront of people's minds what this story is about. And that means that it will also replay on Saturday at noon. So for those of you who have not had an opportunity to share any of this journey, or share with someone the importance of coming together as community in order to help make this happen, here is another opportunity to do that. Hello, Diamond. Thank you so much for being on the line with us tonight. Welcome. Welcome.
Hey, sister. Yeah, my little sister.
So we're going to go ahead. Let me see if I can get this all lined up, Tralyne. We're going to go ahead, and after this trailer plays, if there is anything, Tralyne, that you want to share regarding 2025 and what's coming up, anything in particular that you want to share with the people, we'll give space and time to do that. Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
here we go, everybody. Ebony and Ivory.
Oh, hey, I got a great idea. Why don't you come over to my house and spend the night?
We will have so much fun.
You ask your mom and dad, and then I'll ask my dad.
Okay, I'll ask them tonight. I'm pretty sure they would say yes.
My dad will definitely say yes. He works so much, and if I have company, that means he gets to sleep more.
Girls! What are you two still doing out here?
My parents said yes. What did your dad say?
My dad said yes. We had so much fun.
I can't wait. We stay up all night and watch movies.
Yes, let the slumber party begin.
Love you, Mom. We're gonna have so much fun. We can play with our Barbie dolls.
And we can cook something.
Yeah, we can build a fort.
We can do anything you want.
Yeah, I'm excited I came here.
Mandy! Come here! Now!
Dad will be there in a second.
Now, Mandy! Come here!
I'll be right back.
That girl cannot be in this house.
But I asked you and you said yes.
I said yes, but you didn't tell me that she's a nigger.
But I thought that word meant ignorant. She's not ignorant. She's got better grades than me.
Ain't no nigger sleeping in this house. You tell her to go home.
But Dad...
But Dad, nothing. Go.
My dad said you can't come in.
But why? I thought you asked him and he said yes.
I did and he did.
So what's wrong?
I'd rather not say.
You could tell me anything. I'm your best friend, remember?
Well, he said that no nigger can come in his house.
Nigger? Your dad thinks I'm a nigger?
Excuse me, I know your daddy called my baby a nigger. Oh, I'm about to show him a nigger. Come on, baby, get in the car.
Hey, what's wrong?
I just feel bad for what happened on Friday.
But what do you feel bad about? You didn't do anything.
Yeah, I know, but my dad can be kind of stupid sometimes.
Look, you are not your dad. That's his choice. My mom and dad told me about people like that, so I wasn't surprised. I'm just sorry it hurt you. I saw you crying.
If my mom was here, this would have never happened. She loved you so much.
Sound.
So you can come out of your room. Ain't seen you in 2 days. What's wrong with you, gal?
Nothing, Dad. I had to get to work.
I know what's wrong with you. You've been moping around here ever since I wouldn't let you celebrate with that coon going off to college.
I don't understand why you wouldn't let me go. That was probably the last time I'll ever see her.
Good. Good riddance. You don't need no porch monkey.
She is my best friend, and she has been since forever. I don't understand why you hate her so much.
She's nothing. There's always just looking for a handout, robbing, stealing, and always going to jail. Nick, you ain't nothing. And they ain't gonna be nothing. You'll be better than they ever will be. See? She's just trash.
She graduated with a 4.0 GPA. I squeaked by with a 2.1. She got a scholarship to college, and I got accepted into a community college. I work at this dead-end job just to pay my phone bill, and that's not even working out. How am I better than her?
Yep. She's a hooligan.
Don't you dare call her that. She has a name, and that's what you will call her. She is not a coon. She is not a monkey. Her name is Hallie, and that's what you will call her.
Hey, girl.
I've been thinking about you all day. I wish you were here.
My father is the worst. I can't believe he is as stupid as he is.
Wait, are you driving? You sound too mad to be driving.
I'm in my car. He started talking to me about you, and I snapped.
I understand your frustration, but I need you to listen to me.
How does someone become racist? Are they born stupid?
Did you hear me?
Does he hear himself when he speaks? A bunch of monkeys coming over here, taking over our country? Like what?
Slow down.
If I hear that word one more time, I'm gonna...
Mandy, oh my God.
My mama told me I should beware. I'll tell you a story about mean people who take you side. Innocent girls, don't mean to scare you, but be careful. Maybe think twice before you walk alone. Call somebody to take you home. Look over your shoulder when you go that way. This world might take you to a
Boy, how does it feel seeing that, Tralyne?
It makes me want to cry again. Every
Yeah.
time the emotion happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was trying to not cry, but it happens. Like I feel it.
Yeah.
It's really that part. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I am glad that we had an opportunity to view it yet again. I cannot wait until it gets on the big screen. It is a
Yes, ma'am.
story that needs to be told.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
believe that it will be. I believe in you. I believe in the project, and those who are giving at a certain amount. Your name will be at the rolling with the rest of the credits when the
Absolutely.
film does come out. And
Absolutely.
I hang in there, Tralyne.
Yes, ma'am.
Believe, trust and
Yes, ma'am.
believe,
Yes, ma'am.
trust and believe.
Now I see. I know how you
I don't
feel.
have anything else. I don't have anything else.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna ask you, how do you feel seeing it again? But I hear it.
Yeah, yeah. It's not over. That story is still being written in places.
It is.
And the fact that we have an opportunity to be a part of something that can and will for some people be life changing, I think is amazing. I thank you for being transparent with us. I thank you for allowing us to kind of peek in on the other side and see what's happening and see what you're going through and what all of this takes. So I just proud of you. Proud of you. Just hang in there.
Thank you.
Hang in there, and it will be well. This isn't the last time that you will see Tralyne. This just happens to be the last part of this segment of her journey. This part of her journey. This is part 4. So I know she's going to be back next year, particularly with some of the amazing things that she's bringing to the community and things that she is going to be doing in 2025.
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
Tralyne, do you have any final words for our audience this evening?
Thank you so much for being a part of our audience. You hear me say our?
Yes.
I'm at home. This is family. Thank you so much for taking the time. I don't take it for granted. I just ask that you guys continue to pray and get ready because more is coming. God is like phenomenal and beyond available to do more.
Yes.
And I don't know. You know how you feel like something is ebbing, like something's about to happen. I feel like something is on the brink, like, you know, the door. I'm like on the edge of my seat. So guys, get ready. That's what I'm gonna say. Get ready.
Get ready. Get ready. I like that. I like that. I echo that. I thank you, Tralyne, for being here. And thank all of our listeners and our viewers for supporting and for being here as well. Don't forget that there is a rebroadcast of this on Saturday at noon. It's coming Saturday at noon. And Tralyne, tell us again what your Cash App is.
DSHEA U. DESHEA, the letter U. That is the Cash App. Okay. My middle name and my first initial, my last name. That's all.
She made it easy. She made it easy. Yes, so that is it. And Tralyne, how can we find out about all these books that you have? Where would we go for that?
So they are all on Amazon, or you can inbox me and I'll tell you all about them. I am currently having challenges with my website, so I don't want to give you the link to the website. So I'll just say, give me, inbox me or go on Amazon. If you want your personal autographed copy, then inbox me. If you want to just go through Amazon, you can do that. You can go through Amazon. Amazon only has paperbacks though. So if you want hardbacks, you'll have to come through me to get my best.
Okay.
Elder,
And
and I will say also, thank you.
oh,
You devoted so much time to this
no
project.
problem. I'm happy to do it. That's why I'm here.
And
I'm
I
happy to
appreciate
do it. And I'm very happy to get to be
you.
a part of this because I think I think it's an important work. And I think when God gives you something,
I just don't take it for granted.
That is this important. That we need to do what we can to get behind it and support it. So I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited about what's coming up in February. I'm excited about what God is about to do because he is always, always up to something. And I'm glad that we are a part of it. So that is it for us for tonight, everybody. Thank you again for joining. Thank you for being here with us this evening. Thank you, Tralyne. Thank all of our listeners and our viewers. And look, guys, have a very, very, very good holiday. Have a wonderful holiday that's coming up next. Our very last program of the year is a night of prayer. We have 6 prayer warriors who are going to be here. They're going to be praying. Get yourself, think about it now. Get yourself in your head, get it in your mind where you want to be. Get your comfortable spot, your war room, your prayer closet, or wherever, because there's time in between each segment of prayer for you to go before the Father on your own. So I hope that you will do that. Hope you will be here. We are always here on Thursdays at 7 p.m. encouraging you to stop by, to turn down the volume of life and get ready to receive, so that when life speaks, guess what? You will speak life. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks, Tralyne.
Thank you, Elder.